feel like I gotta like shake the nerves off on the first few. So Michelle and I first met at a dinner in the Meatpacking District at a very nondescript restaurant organized by her friend Zach Rosen. So nondescript that the restaurant is actually out of business now. And yeah, it was a dinner. It was just the four of us: Zach, myself, Michelle, and our friend Ian. And it was a very nice time. Wow. Everything attracted me to her. Her smile, her beauty, her intelligence, the way she carried herself. Michelle is sort of like an onion. Like the more, you just have to like continue to peel back layers. And the more layers you peel back, the more you cry. Wait, that wasn't where I wanted to go with this. Can we cut this one? Good question. So the first move was probably made by me. I asked Michelle to several business lunches and drinks, to which she accepted. And so we went out as two people in the same industry on more business dates, but then eventually I decided to ask Michelle to go to a friend's concert with me. And so we went to the concert. We had a great time. It was a Friday night, so this was a little bit outside the realm of, business appropriate. And as we were going back uptown after the concert, we got in a taxi, and the taxi driver was like, "How many stops are you guys making?" And that's a big question when you're on a business. And when you're in a business meeting. And so I was hesitant. I was hesitant for a second, but Michelle jumped in and she said, "1 stop." So you tell me, did I make the first move or did Michelle make the first move? What's not to love, right? I think the thing that I love most about Michelle is that she has a way of sensing when I am sort of down or not, not feeling great, and she grasps onto this, and she always makes me feel better. She always pushes me to like go on a walk with her that I'll say I don't want to go on, but eventually she'll convince me to go on it and I'll feel great afterwards. She just has this way of like empathizing and reading my mood, and she does it so well. Dumplings. Why not? Right? I mean, wow. I think that word just sort of says it all, doesn't it? It's actually, we're going to pick up where we left off with that who made the first move story. So if you remember, Michelle, we got in the taxi
And the taxi driver said, "Oh, how many stops?" And Michelle said, "One stop, one stop." And so we're heading back uptown. We go to my apartment on 58th Street. And I remember sitting on the couch with Michelle for a while, sort of playing that classic game of cat and mouse, trying to see who would make the first move. And eventually I did go in for a kiss, and it was reciprocated. And so that was the first kiss. It was pretty early on that I was feeling it. I think we went out to dinner one night, and it was just like, it's one of those great dinners, classic dinners. And I think we got an appetizer at dinner, and it was one of those appetizers that there was like 3 of them, or like there's an odd number, and so you're like, who's gonna get the last one, right? And so of course Michelle is like, "You have it." And I'm like, how do I play this, right? If I take it, then it's mine, but she doesn't get it. So I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I want you to have it. And I thought she was gonna come back over the top of me and be like, no, I insist. But then she was just like, no, I'll take it. And so she had it, and that's when I was like, oh, that was a good move. She played me on that one. That was good. I don't know if this really answers the question at all. What was the question? Favorite memory, that's a good question. I mentioned the appetizer, the back and forth, right? Okay. Favorite memory. Okay, so since we're at LBI, I'll give you one of my favorite LBI memories. How's that? So I think it was the first year maybe the second year we were here actually. We were up at the house, I think alone. Everyone was down at the beach, and it was around lunchtime. Easy now. That's not where this is going. Or maybe it is actually. So we're like, everyone's down at the beach, this is our chance. What do we do? So of course, we whip out some bread and turkey and macaroni salad and coleslaw, and we make like the most incredible turkey sandwiches that you would have ever tasted in your life. And we sat out on this deck right here. We made like iced teas, and it was just like a fantastic lunch out on the deck. Looking out at the water. So that's one of the most memorable times I've had here at LBI, the show. So another good question. I was the first person in our relationship to say I love you. Michelle said it shortly after I said it, the same time. She wasn't just like, I didn't say I love you and then she was like, thank you. So I think she said it back. And it sort of morphed from there. Started I love you, and we go out to eat at Thai restaurants a lot. So then it sort of morphed into I love you. And so we don't really say I guess we say I love you, but we also say I love you now as well. So that's where we're at in our relationship. Very like herbaceous salad that is Thai food. So that's where that I guess I should have explained myself before I made that connection, but yes. Her biggest pet peeve about me is we
I think it would be just the general sentiment of like procrastination. I sort of live under the philosophy of like, why do today when you can do tomorrow? And she is like, she just goes and does it now. And so I think that would probably be it. But sometimes this benefits her, because when I work from home on occasion, I will avoid doing work at all costs, obviously, like a true procrastinator. And to do this, I'll just start going around cleaning our apartment, tidying our apartment. So that's sort of being pretty productive, right? So I think that would probably be her biggest pet peeve about me. She goes like, Michael, and then she's like, Ugh. Who's the better driver? This is a really good question. So I think Michelle would say that she is the better driver, and I'll tell you why she would say that. So we were driving I was driving us to our friend Jacqueline and David's wedding this past summer. Last summer? This summer. I was driving us out of the city to their wedding, and this was weeks after we got our car, and I was making a turn onto Fifth Avenue, and as a follow-up to getting our car, our dealer from the Volvo dealership calls us, and I didn't know who it was, so I picked it up, and he's like, hey, Mike, how's everything with the car? And as he's talking to me, I'm making the turn, and someone's crossing the street, and I literally almost hit the person, but I didn't hit the person. So, and this was like the first 5 minutes of our trip. So everyone was like a little tense after that happened. So yes, I almost hit someone while I was driving our new car. But I want to remind Michelle that the first time I drove with her was when we were in Chappaqua, her hometown, and we were driving down the street, going to the movies, I think, and she actually blew through a red light. So I don't know who the better driver is. I'm not so sure if it's Michelle or if it's me. That's cool, baby. You know how it is. Rocking and rolling. I would say Grease is... You know what? No, it's not Grease. Matilda. That's the movie. I'm glad you asked. So we were at the Knicks game, and it was halftime, right? And they were just finished launching those like t-shirts into the crowd. And I was like, Michelle, do you want me to try and get a t-shirt for you? Let's scrap that, delete that. Let's go to the proposal. So we walked around the neighborhood. It was a Saturday afternoon. We were just strolling around, enjoying ourselves. Little did she know, I had the proposal, the engagement necklace buried deep within my tennis bag in our apartment. And so we picked up some fried chicken on the way back to the apartment. We ate it. It was great. Amazing fried chicken. And then I was like, Michelle, can you go into the bedroom for a minute? And she was like, what's going on? And I had made something up. I don't remember what I said. I think she she maybe knew it was coming. So I set up the living room with like all these candles, like every candle that we had in our apartment. I lit it up, created like a little circle of candles, and then I put on a song that I knew Michelle really likes, and just to sort of set the mood. And then I called her in from the bedroom into the living room, brought her in, pressed play on the song, and I think she knew from there what was going on. And then I obviously got down on one knee and asked her what she wanted for dinner. She said yes, which obviously, yeah, I got you.
Michelle, this is my message to you. I hope you're having a great weekend with Sabina, your cousins, all your friends. I love you. I larb you. You're my schmoopy. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. I'm really looking forward to, obviously, our wedding coming up in September and spending the rest of my life with you. Hope you enjoyed this little Q&A session, and yeah, I hope that your bachelorette party is going well and that you're having a great time. So, love you. You want to do the 60 minutes thing? I'm Steve Croft. I'm Leslie Stahl. I'm Morty Safer. I'm Scott Pelley. And I'm Lara Logan. And this is 60 Minutes.
How'd you feast?
I feasted well. I feasted well. Unique New York. Unique New York. How now, brown cow? I mean, I don't know how these are coming across, but hopefully they're like fun and like, you know, it should be a fun thing. I'm sure you guys will be like drinking at this point when you show it.
Hopefully. I think
It was like nachos. I think it was nachos or tacos.
Oh, I was gonna say tacos.
Close enough.
But I don't know. It might have been something else. Michelle, I don't know what to say, but I love you.